Not understanding how zones work in Madden 23 is like going to math class without a calculator. Sure, you can solve it, but you're probably going to get the wrong answer. Zones help us build our defensive schemes from cover 2, cover 3, and even cover 4. Which is why in this video, we're going to be going over how every zone works in Madden 23. Now, with that being said, and with how great EA Sports is at making this game, not every zone is going to work exactly how it should. Just how when hard flats don't guard snap throw wheel routes from plays like bunch and even tight. Now, while it may not be the best and most ideal way to stop it, those routes are still guardable with things like base aligned hard flats or even off-man coverage. EA added this year a new setting where you can toggle your match from on and off by using your coaching adjustments. Plays like cover 4, cover 6, cover 4 palms, and even cover 9 will all have matching principles, so in order to get them to work, you're going to want to have that on. Now let's start breaking down these zones, and before anything, let's start with our zone drops. When we're talking about zone drops, you can go all the way down in the coaching adjustments and adjust your blue flats, purple flats, and yellow zones in the depth you want to put them at. We'll override any default zone, which means when setting these zones for blue flats, if I put them at 30, anybody in a soft squat, cloud, or hard flat will drop to 30 yards. But this year is a tad different in that the only way to get them to zone drop all the way to that zone drop is they need to not be pressed to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, they won't get back in time to get to their zone drop depth. I recommend getting comfortable with both zone and zone drops so that way you can be mixing them in throughout the entire game. Now for the rest of the video, we're going to be talking how zones work as all default settings and with match on. Let's start with yellow zones, which are normally hook curls, vert hooks, 3-recs, and mid reads. Hook curls are normally found in cover 3 defenses and normally play the short and medium routes across the middle like slants and some out routes that are unmatched. Vert hooks, also known as vertical hooks, are shown normally in cover 2 defenses and play a little bit deeper than hook curls while also covering the middle of the field better than hooks, while also matching sometimes to vertical routes that go past 5 to 7 yards. Mid reads again are in cover 2 and are normally in the middle linebacker's position, which is normally your user. But if you do leave him the opportunity to play his zone, it's normally going to man match to vertical threats on the strong side of the formation. But I wouldn't trust this and normally user this person because mid reads normally do not carry that person all the way down the field. The final yellow zone is the 3-rec, which will always take its first step towards the number 3 wide receiver, while also covering the middle of the field, but also can match. It's almost as if you're having another user on the field. It's a great zone and I recommend everybody getting comfortable with this one. Next are our blue flats, which include hard flats, cloud flats, and soft squats. Cloud flats are one of the best zones in the game and are great for defending some of the best deep and short route combos on the outside, but will default by playing deeper. Hard flats are easily the easiest zone to understand because they guard the only thing on the outside, which is short routes that are from 0 to 3 yards, which make them great for stopping snap throw wheel routes, out routes, zig routes, and running back flats. Soft squats will man match on any vertical route from the outside, but will leave that man as soon as a route breaks underneath his depth. So as seen here with the streak, as soon as that out route breaks, he's going to go under and try to cut off that man under him. Next is purple flats, which include our curl flats, seam flats, and quarter flats. Curl flats cover the intermediate routes and some flats while prioritizing the deep routes and are great for the pesky corner routes too. Seam flats are matching zones and will match similar to vert hooks and will match vertically first and then go to the flats and cover the vertical route like seams and out routes first. Quarter flats are normally found in our cover 4 match defenses and are similar to seam flats and have matching principles and will guard outbreaking routes, while if the inside wide receiver goes vertical, we'll carry him until something just like soft squats breaks underneath and causes him to pass it off to the deeper defender. Finally, we have all of our deep blue zones, which include deep halves, inside and outside thirds, and inside and outside quarters. Deep halves will cover all deep routes to the half of the field. That's why they're called deep halves, because if you cut the field in half, a deep half will cover that half of the field. While thirds cover the same as deep halves, just now instead of half of the field, think of it as now in thirds. And will carry with corners while match is on as well. Now, quarter zones will cover their quarter of the field in plays like cover 4 drop, but in plays that are cover 4 match, cover 4 palms, and even cover 6 and 9, when match is on, outside quarters will match any vertical route over 10 yards, and inside quarters will match the number 2 wide receiver while he passes 10 yards. Now, if you guys are struggling with passing the ball on zone and especially man coverage, which is very popular this year, I recommend checking out this video so you can implement this game-breaking glitch to your offense.